In the heart of Uganda, where rugby is a religion, a story unfolds of courage, resilience and triumph. The Thunderbirds, a name synonymous with the pioneering spirit, have etched their mark on the nation's sporting landscape. Against all odds, these women dared to dream. In a world dominated by men, they grabbed the oval ball and redefined the game. With every tackle, every try, they shattered stereotypes and paved the way for generations to come. At the heart of this extraordinary story are three remarkable women: Winnie Atyang, a legend on the rugby pitch whose passion and talent ignited the spark that would become the Thunderbirds; Dorothy Nekesa, a trailblazer who exchanged the martial arts arena for the rugby field, shaping the team's identity; and Sarah Adong, a fierce advocate whose voice has amplified the stories of these incredible athletes.
Rugby, I came to know about rugby from a lady called Helen Buteme, because by then I was a martial artist. I used to do martial arts. I had majored in karate, and for purposes of knowing the style, I was doing Gojuryu at Ramgaria. So Helen was friends with my cousin Rebecca Kwenyu. So they came to me and they were like, they want to start women's rugby. But the reason as to why they chose me, and I was privileged for them to say that, the reason as why they chose me, they told me, you're already playing a male-dominated discipline, because we can't imagine ourselves playing martial arts. They were both playing hockey, and my cousin was playing some little cricket. So they asked me if I can join them so that we start women's rugby.
Basically, it was a group of women by that time trying to get together and just get fit and look good. Before the late James Park, who was our first coach ever, introduced the rugby ball to us. But I was told about the fitness team by a cousin brother of mine who used to come and play rugby at Kyadondo, Rugby Football Club. So
our first session, we started off training ourselves because we didn't have a coach then, but we were gifted that when we were trying on our own, and I saw like we are kind of playing, just playing around with the ball and being a new ball to most of us. It was interesting, but a gentleman walked towards us. He was called James Park. He used to handle a fitness class here at Kyadondo Rugby Club. He walked towards us and he asked, "What are you people doing?" Then Helen told him, "We are playing rugby. We plan to start women's rugby, so we are playing rugby." He said, "No, I can try and fit you people in my schedule because I hand a fitness class every Monday and Wednesday, but I can schedule and include you ladies in my schedule." So that is how we started playing. Basically, he put us on his program and he then became our coach.
How was that like, that experience?
The first training session, I think I was very excited. Like, to a point that, you know, rugby ball is passed backward, but I was always at the front. Like, I'd run faster than everybody else. I'd be at the front and want the ball to be passed to me. So every time, actually it was Charlie Kunda mostly who always told me in Uganda, "We know ina malala manji, get back here. You're supposed to get the ball from this side." So she kept reminding me, a rugby ball is passed from behind. If they give it to you at the front, it's a forward pass and we lose the ball. So that is how I started learning and learning also the laws. The first game I played was here at Kyadondo Rugby Club, where we're playing colors, because I think we're over 50 women or even more. So we could have like 3 teams play. So I remember at that time, Ian Walker would be the ref. Ian and Jimmy Dalton used to be our referees, and our Greco used to be the sponsors of the referees at that time. So my first game, I played so well, but I was always offside because I didn't know the laws and because I was always excited and things like that. But when I joined, I was in Thunderbirds blue, because we had blue, yellow, and black. So the faster ladies, the faster cream, those that knew and learned the law earlier, the ones that we found would be in yellow, and then the ones that were in between there trying were in blue, and then the fat ladies, like the big girls, used to be in black, and every color had its own move. Yeah.
Winnie and Dorothy's voices echo through time, carrying tales of adversity and triumph. They are not just players, they are icons, inspiring countless young girls to chase their passions. Sarah's love for sports and dedication to the betterment of women has seen her use her voice for the growth of women's rugby.
There was this particular match, I think it was in 2018, Elgon Cup. So the women of Uganda, the Lady Cranes, who were playing against the Kenya Lionesses, who were beaten, by the way, that I remember it rained cats and dogs. And there was this one particular player who really caught my attention. And by then I already started working with the Urban Television Vision Group as a sports journalist. So Winnie Atyang, now who is also a legend of Thunderbirds and Uganda Rugby, Lady Cranes. So she came to the pitch, she was all smart and beautiful, she was all made up. I'm like, wow. So people can even make up going to play rugby. Then there was another female journalist, I don't remember her name, but she used to work with UBC. So we'd meet in the field, covering stories, and I'm like, oh, so she's a female journalist like me, but she's playing rugby. Winnie Atyang is a graduate, she's playing rugby. So I think for me, those two women, because I didn't know so much about women rugby, to be honest, because publicity wasn't so much around the area of women rugby, not until now, that maybe I think 5 years or 6 years down the road with people like you and the other media houses trying now to amplify the voice of women rugby. But those two women surely gave me the impetus to start supporting women rugby. And I think for me that marked my journey to really fall in love with women rugby. Yeah. The biggest memory is when the time when Thunderbirds was one team and they had to just change the name to Uganda. Like, it is the same team, but it is again the team that carries Uganda on its shoulder. For me, I miss those moments. I miss those ladies. I wish we could just get together and forget about our differences and just come and have a cup of coffee or tea and just talk about those moments. I love those moments. I miss those moments. And when I talk about it, it makes me feel sad because there are small reasons that broke women apart. And they're not even very important reasons, really, but you know, us women, we're emotional people. So, yeah, something that is not important to me is important to another female, and if you don't pay attention to detail, it can destroy a relationship. But yeah, the beauty is that we are all still serving rugby, we're all still fulfilling our purpose in rugby, so I think that's all that matters now.
The Thunderbirds' legacy lives on. Their spirit is evident in their fierce determination of the next generation. As they take the mantle, they carry the torch, illuminating the path for women in sports.
It feels great. I've been replaced, and I promised myself that I would only retire when they are playing competitive rugby so that they could learn how to grow on their own on the pitch. Because I have an old mentality. I want them to be aggressive like me, I want them to be loud like me, but they're not like me. You know, I only gave birth to them, I didn't make them. So they're a bit different from me. They're aggressive, yes, but not loud like me. They don't carry rage like me, because me, I carry the previous busungu from this game to the next game. And I sign you off when I have sorted you out, but they're not like me. But I'm grateful that they chose my club, because they could have chosen any other club, you know, kids of nowadays. You can't manipulate them to what you want. But I'm super proud of them, and I'm happy that they chose to play for Thunderbirds. And yeah, I fulfilled my promise. I would stop playing when they become very competitive, and that's what I did.
The Kyadondo 7 circuit is more than a tournament. It's a celebration of the past, a tribute to the present, and a promise for a brighter future.
One, it is first of all important that we are giving back to the women who laid the foundation, and the men, not only women, by the way, because there are also men who laid the foundation of this women rugby in the country. Now, for you to give Thunderbirds to host a circuit, you are giving back to women. You're not only giving back to rugby only, I mean to only Thunderbirds. You're first of all appreciating those women who laid their bodies down. When you talk about the likes of Winnie, the Winnies now came when things had already started. But look at the people who started, the Christine Kizitos who are not in this country right now, the Jeans, and the rest of them. Many of them have departed, and may their soul rest in eternal peace.
Number 2, it is an indicator that women rugby is starting now to grow and catching fire bigger and better. That yes, whereas the men can host, even the women can host. Number 3, it also indicates that much as women are anticipating, I mean, they've been emancipating for women, they've been crying for women emancipation and equality. You want to test them. You say you want to become the president of rugby in Uganda. Let's see if you can host a very good circuit hosted by the women. I think for me, this is a litmus test for women in rugby administration, the players themselves. The men are going to be there with us, yes, but they are going to see, can these women actually handle the fire? Imagine there is a crisis in the pitch here. Sarah is the chairperson, for instance. How is she going to react to that? How is she going to relate with the men counterparts who are there? So for me, it is a very big litmus test. The last one is to call for action. Yeah, call for action to the various stakeholders across the country and the globe that look, women can equally do this, but with thorough support. So you're calling for action, you're saying, Black Pearls, next year or the coming years, at Kings Park, you can host it. Panthers, you can host it. When you go to Iwis, you can host it. So for me, I think this is a take-off stage right now for women in rugby administration and women playing rugby itself.
Tuina circuit esokera ddala ey'abakyala okuhostinga nga bazanya wamu n'abaami. Thunderbirds ejja kubanga ehostinga circuit ey'okusatu ejja kubeera wano e Kyadondo Rugby Club. Tubakubiriza mwenna abawagira sports, abawagira rugby n'abatalabanga ku rugby ow'abakyala mujje mwenna nga 24 na 25 tujja kuba wano e Kyadondo nga Thunderbirds Women's Rugby Club hosting third circuit eya URU National Sevens.
Amaro undushu geometry Uganda kere geometry Kampala in the Pereira Ngwen kere Pereira Beach me August. Thunderbirds Rugby Football Club Mega Monamo Kong Uganda in 2003 I was hosting National Sevens. Atolongo undushu ne binu ni supporting uno Thunderbirds, supporting uno Kyadondo, and it supporting uno good rugby. And in on the 24th kere 25th. Ciao. Maro unduchi. Berdano chake mumaro rugby in Uganda ku East Africa zo wabe kweyunya ichenga busiel mubinu ichenga busiel ma oberi kudwa karashelo Kyadondo kakae nindo ario muberi chenga busiel kuche yenga wabi beri Kyadondo Rugby Club kakae Thunderbirds mutie Rugby Club pamon mute gini mulo zo Uganda remuvichi hosting tournament eni eti mamira shell ni nani ya mon gi hosting circuit makumai. So wabe kwe kamiti ye bin muchomo tie de kotie maber wajolo welu mwa maber security mwade tie maber media ungene ushiberu uberu ku special treat maber magwe so ubin Kyadondo and kudumon diwane Kyadondo isomre kudulu wachinya Kyadondo utie pacho afoyo magwe.